going on, guys? Back for a quick daily recap on the funded. As you can see, kind of break even day. I took one trade. It's a no news Monday, so price action was really not that great, and we've really just absolutely dumped all morning. So going into the morning, we had this daily and 4 hour fair value gap done here. So my idea was to go long. I was looking for some lows to get swept, like these. In my one position that I took, it was actually pretty nice. It was a good trade. I'm happy with it. Um, so we came up here, swap a little bit of liquidity. We have SMT with ES. Pull that up real quick right here so you can see that ES swept that and NQ did not. So then I was looking to go short, and then we had tanked in the morning, right? But we didn't take out Friday's lows, so that was still my target and the lows that we had created. So I was going to take partials at the first lows from today because we came up, tapped this imbalance, swap a little bit of liquidity, and then I took a 30-second entry because it wasn't giving us like too many fair value gaps to play with. But I got in on this one. So it tapped into a 5-minute, 30-second inverse, shorting it. And then obviously my two targets, TP1 being the lows that we had just created, and TP2, or full TP, being Friday's lows. Break even, I went to right here. And unfortunately, we obviously got stopped out. And then it proceeded to run down and hit both of our TPs, right? Just want to see something real quick. This has the potential to be an entry. And then basically the rest of we have 2 minutes, so we're good. We'll put the chart executions on. As you can see, yeah, we came down. It wasn't the best trade. I'm glad that I took this one though because we have good draws. We have previous day lows. We have lows, like low resistance liquidity that we built all the way up. So this should all get ran as it did and take out the real draw, or the draw that I was aiming for, right? And unfortunately, it's in our rules, my model, to go break even at like the first interior low, and we did that. We obviously had big wicks on the bottom, which sucked because this was definitely a good trade. Pretty textbook for me. The only thing that could have been better is a more obvious fair value gap. Like if this wick was a little bit lower and it was just a tiny bit bigger, it would have been perfect. Nonetheless, I mean, it worked out, right? So it must have been a decent trade. So that was the one trade that I took. I'll turn this off. I might take a live trade. We'll see though, because it obviously hasn't been great conditions. We got a minute till close. We're in this daily and 4 hour. We'll see. Doesn't look like we're gonna get it. But we have low resistance liquidity right here, and I could be targeting these relative equal highs. But we'll go over another trade that I was looking at. So after my short, like I said, it came down and ran everything, right? So previous day low had been taken on NQ, but not on ES at this point. So we had SMT for previous day lows. We had so obviously a sweep of liquidity, right? And we tapped into this daily and 4 hour fair value gap. So my goal was to get a 3-minute inverse. I wanted it pretty quick to like show some momentum, but that would have been the play, right? So previous day lows swept. We have SMT. We just tapped into a key level. So I'm looking for some type of bounce. We started to get it, and then obviously it just wicked and went right back down and continued to dump. But Yeah, I mean, this is a potential play if we get a nice close on the second candle. But yeah, once this happened, I haven't really been forcing anything for good reason. I mean, you guys can see there's really nothing to take. So I'm glad that I sat on my hands. I didn't do anything in the practice either. I think it was another break-even trade. I'm not really sure what I took. I think I was just messing around. Took something random. Oh yeah, so when I took my short, um, this is like possibly something that I would have potentially taken like in the past because we did inverse the 5 minute and the 3 minute, obviously. Right, so we came down, swept some liquidity, and inversed, but I didn't take it for a couple reasons. Number one, we had already had SMT. ES came up here and swept all these highs, right? And number two, I still felt like the draw was lower, obviously previous day lows, so I didn't take that. So I took the long on my practice account, um, and just went break even at these highs, which we obviously tapped, and then it hit me break even or for like $1 or whatever. So I was just testing it out to see what would work. Obviously, I think I like my 50K more, the 50K combine trade that I took, because it just makes more sense. I didn't I didn't rush it because I saw an inverse fair value gap, and I feel like last week I would have taken that trade because we did get a sweep of liquidity. Swap this liquidity. We do have like a bunch of relative equal highs, right? And we have an inverse on the 5 minute, on the 3 minute, blah blah blah, and it's quick. There's momentum. So I feel like I could have told myself that that was an okay trade, when it really wasn't, because I knew previous day low was a good draw. I knew that there was SMT and ES had already taken those objectives, and technically speaking, like our 9-10 candle took it as well. Like we had already swept a bunch of liquidity up here, so there was no reason, like we didn't have to go back up there. On ES, obviously, it could have been a good trade, right? I didn't really watch it too much other than for the SMT. It doesn't look like I would have got an entry over here either, though. Maybe on the 1 minute or the 30 second. So I mean, you could have potentially, right? 1 minute inverse being this candle, like get in, break even here, targeting like these highs. It would have been a quick trade, but still possible to get like a little play out of that. This isn't bad, right? We're in a key level. Good bottom wick. You see, this is the gap that we're in. Swept a bunch of liquidity all morning, right? There's really nothing else for us to go after. The only problem is we're not in a macro or anything, so I'm not the biggest fan. But I mean, low resistance liquidity, relative equal highs. It's not a bad trade, other than the time. I'm gonna keep an eye on it though, because it's definitely a potential trade. "30 seconds. We're gonna de-risk due to not being in a good time. 2, well, I guess usually I do 3. break even. I could put here if I wanted. That might be tight though, but we'll check on the lower time frames. Was this a rush trade? Probably. Oh, what's this? 3 minute didn't even close. Obviously, I don't like that. I'm not a huge fan. 3 minute didn't close. 5 minute did though. So honestly, I don't know. I might just close this. And wait. Sorry if you hear background noise. It's my dog. I'm just gonna close it because I did not see that the 3 minute did not close. Give me 1 second. Alright, so that was unfortunate for sure. I mean, the 5 minute was so nice, man. We can see that. We'll see. So we have an order block that we want it to tap. 3 minutes still didn't inverse. Yeah, that 3 minute really ruined it. I mean, $50 on the day doesn't really bother me. But, like, I should have paid attention to that. Because if I didn't get in at that point, then I'm chilling. Decent shape. 1 minute inversed. 5 minute inversed. 15, we're chilling. Minute 40 seconds, I might re-enter. Break even, same point. Because we have this tiny. I mean, when you zoom in, it looks normal, right? But I'm gonna get rid of this because it's annoying. But we want to see that being inverse for value gap. We're trading directly into it. We're gonna see though. I don't want this to be like a crazy long video of me looking for a trade that never ends up happening. But I also don't want to take a trade right after I end the video. I really wish I saw that. I should have just closed it immediately. Like even while I was in profit. I like break even. It would have just made more sense. Sorry, I just had to send a quick test. Alright, so 24 seconds. I mean, it's kind of V-shaped. It's not perfect, but we do have some decent sized candles. Three-minute inverse. I don't know. This is tough. Because, like, I'm itching to take this play. But at the same time, the smarter play might be wait to see this fair value gap get tapped. Because now we have a bunch of low resistance liquidity on the low side. And I don't want to long with that being there, right? So if we see a nice move up to tap into that, 5 minute was so clean, man. And it still might work. Like, it might just soar through. But that's so unfortunate that the 3 minute ruined it. We'll see, though. I would like to see just to tap into there and maybe, but we're in a key level. That's a problem. So that's a 15-minute gap, which I would honestly like, right? Because we get a little liquidity sweep. Obviously, I mean, we've been dumping all morning, right? So trying to long, while it may work and you might catch yourself a reversal, trying to long, you're just trying to perfectly time a reversal. And that is obviously, the probability of that happening is much lower than just agreeing with the trend, like going with the flow. Because right now, we've been dumping all morning. We can come up here, sweep some liquidity into this order block and a 15-minute gap, and we can come back down, and potentially after we come back down, sweep some liquidity, we can get a better move up, right? And we can come after these equal highs. But for now, like, and that's the problem too, is even in this gap, we still have a bunch of low resistance liquidity right here. But this could be the short-term play. So boom, take some of this liquidity, tap this 15-minute and the order block, dump down, sweep for a next leg up that takes out all of this into this larger gap, and then we continue farther down, right? So this would be more of a short-term play if it plays out at all, right? And then the long-term play, you could either find a long once it redumps, or you wait for all this to get swept and we continue down. Because I mean, like, you guys see what's been happening, right? Like, just straight dumping. So like, you're just continuing with the trend at that point, and that's definitely probably the smarter move, rather than trying to catch the reversal. Would catching the reversal mean more money, bigger play? Yeah, for sure, but you don't gotta swing for home runs every time. Obviously, that 3 minute didn't work out. I'm glad I sat on my hands. When I tell you guys I was itching bad, it was real bad. It's a beautiful day. I'm trying to go hoop. I gotta meal prep some chicken too. But yeah, guys, I appreciate all the like views and stuff. We're gaining some followers or some subscribers. I'm sorry, gaining some subs. It's nice because like I posted videos like a while back in like freshman year of college. Horrible quality. I'm not even sure what I used to record them, but horrible quality. And obviously got no views. Or no, I posted them on TikTok. I never posted on YouTube. I posted on YouTube when I was like 12, playing like Call of Duty and stuff. But yeah. So like when I first started this channel, we were at like 0 views for a couple days now. And obviously like I don't have a lot of views by any means. But I've gained like 4 subscribers. Which I know it doesn't seem like much, but 4 subs. I have gotten almost 350 views. bunch of likes, not bunch, but a couple likes. You know what I'm saying? One of my videos already passed 100 views. We're at 135 views right now. And I understand like it's not super interesting if I do nothing. I get that. But like I would have to sacrifice the account in order to do something every single day. You know what I mean? And to me that just isn't worth it. I'd rather like take trades on my practice account if I don't see anything on the 50K, and then just post videos explaining why I didn't take a trade. And I can even go over the trade I took on the practice account. It won't be like as interesting because it's obviously not my funded. Like it's not helping me get funded in a sense, but it would be smarter because then I don't feel the need to like force a trade, because I think that's a problem too. With trying to get YouTube videos out every single day. If you're getting a trade every single day, the probability of you being like profitable and or like funded is like lower, because the best of the best don't trade every single day, right? They take the A plus setup that they see, and that's it. And who knows, maybe you get lucky enough, your model, you find one every single day, but I'm telling you the chances of that happening are much lower than taking like 2-3 trades a week, and that's still a decent amount. You know what I mean? Like I'd be okay with 3 trades a week, 3 A plus setups a week, and with like a 60 win percentage. Like I'm okay with that. That would definitely work for me. But let's see. So right now, this is setting up pretty well. We have some consolidation. We have like relative equal lows now, right? So I want to see us go up to that gap, sweep this liquidity into a 15-minute fair value gap, order block, boom, come down. We'd already be break even by the time we're down here, right? But we can TP most here, close like 75%, and leave some runners for these lows just in case, and we'll trail stop. So it'll go break even, and then once we TP here, we're gonna move it, and as it goes lower and lower, we'll move it, because it won't be much, considering we're probably going with 2 or 3 cons, micros obviously. So we'll see. I think that would be the best play for me. Now, if right now we have nothing, like these wicks are crazy, and we're kind of barcoding, right? That's a nice bullish wick though. I just hate that this 3-minute messed it up, because I know that it wants to like at least short term go a little bit higher, but we're not re-entering on that. I wish, see, like this is nice. If it would have came down here, swap this, swap all that, and we had like a 2-minute, 3-minute gap, I could see myself getting in on that, right? A plus would be boom, goes up, manipulates. We disrespected some stuff, consolidates. I mean, comes down, manipulates, wipes all that liquidity into a PD array, and then potential SMT either way with ES, and then boom, gives us a fair value gap. We inverse it, and then we get momentum like this, because this momentum is nice. We got it. Change in state of delivery on the 1 minute. I mean, I think everything's already been inversed at this point, except for that 3-minute that was a tiny bit higher, which we tapped and now are tanking back down, which we could potentially see a play out of this, right? Because we said that we could take this or wait for the 15-minute depending on what occurred. So we'll have to see, because we're sweeping this liquidity into a 3-minute. Had SMT, we'll have to keep an eye on that. And we have an obvious fair value gap. So we would want to see some type of turnaround right now. but it'd have to be quick with momentum. Because if not, we're probably going to see it get ran. Yeah, 11-14. 11-14, like these highs. So this could be the play. This could be a good play, to be honest. 2 minute looks pretty clean. Only problem with the 2 minute is it's a little bit higher and leaves the 1 minute below it, which I don't want to trade into because it could reverse real quick. Take the 3 minute on when it closes, 17 seconds. I want to see some quick momentum down though. I don't want to see it chill up there too long. That's a nice top wick, but now I want to see like a nice body closure. All right. Let's see though. Mm, 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 mm. 2 minutes to close. Phone's gotta go. Alright, bro. 2 minutes is the closure of it. Not a huge fan, obviously. If we would have just continued this candle, that would have been nice. Because now we're just retesting it. And versus tiny 1 minute, which is fine. I don't really care. But that's not a great closure of the candle. For me, obviously. Because that means it's closing with the bottom wick. Decent body. Oh, we have another minute. I thought it was closing right then. Not the greatest price action today, right? But we'll see. Not really doing what we want. And if it continues, like, I don't know, because my first idea was the 15-minute, right? Which I still like. I like that idea, but I don't want this video to be like 5 hours long. Just trying to catch that. If it's going to still move that slow. I would just rather see this not close above the 3 minute, and it's inverse. So I don't know. This might have to be a trade we take on the practice, because at this point, I don't like trading against low resistance liquidity, but both sides have it. So best case scenario would be to wait for one of the sides to get ran, right? Rather than just these little pullbacks that just create more low resistance liquidity, because they're not making any new lows. We weren't making any new highs, so both sides have it. So I don't know how smart it would be to take a trade prior, because both sides have that. So I would like to see both sides get ran at some point. We can see how it reacts to this 15-minute. Problem being, if we do take a trade up here, we have to get through more fair value gaps below, which lower probability because it might reverse it. Even if it reverses just for like a minute or two, it might hit me break even and then obviously continue down, but I will have already gotten tapped out. So this is a brand new 15-minute candle. Kind of just like tape reading right now for you guys, explaining like what I'm seeing. Sorry, I just had to send a text out real quick. We're not in macro time either, so honestly, I might just at the 30-second. I might pause it and go run, grab some food, and just wait to see what happens. Because right now we're kind of just like, I mean, it's a brand new 15-minute candle, so we have to wait another 10 minutes to see how it closes. And that's just a long time just to be sitting here. Whereas, or I could just end the video because like this momentum's carrying it crazy. And if it inverses this 15, like there's nothing really I can do. There's potential to be a long there then. It's one fair value gap, V shape. And like I said, we have the relative equal highs up here. So I could target those and we get change in state of delivery. So there's a chance. We'll see though, because the low resistance quarterly will probably be taken out in less than 10 minutes. We'll see though. Potentially could wait. Now we have a change in state of delivery, right? We disrespected the order block. We could see at least on the 5-minute, right? What I could see is a close, pull back to a fair value gap. So maybe on the 3-minute or something. Pull back to a fair value gap and then go back up. So we see that it respects it, and then we get the closure above on the 15-minute, and then we could get an entry. Because then on the lower time frames, we're aligning like confluences, stuff like that. So we'd be aligning the fact that we got a pullback after getting a change in state delivery, after disrespecting an order block. We respect it. That would be the goal. Respect it, and then go back to the 15-minute. 15-minute closes above. Boom, we target these highs because of low resistance liquidity, which would be right here. So we get in down here and take those highs right there. I think that's a pretty good trade. That would be what I'm aiming for. We'll see. What, 9 minutes till close? Yeah, so that's a while, man. In 9 minutes, this recording will almost be 45 minutes long, which is already ridiculous. I don't like them being that long because I know it's hard to sit here and watch an entire video that's 45 minutes long, but I guess we'll just let it be. If I end up taking the trade, I'll post somewhere about it. You guys can follow me on TikTok. Same name, same image, same everything. So I might post a recap on there. Might start up a Twitter just to make it easier too. We will see. But I don't want this video to be any longer. I'll let you guys know right now. There's a chance I take a trade. So if you want to see if I do, I'll be posting updates, like I said, on TikTok, possibly Twitter. Um, and yeah, hope you guys have a great day. It's nice out, so get outside. Let me know if you guys took any trades. Leave some comments. And yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow, I believe. I'll check real quick just before I end the video. There was no news today, so obviously it doesn't move as great. Tomorrow, though, we have jobs openings. Jesus. Jolt's job openings at 10 a.m. So I won't trade prior to 10. And then I could possibly see myself targeting data highs, data lows. But we'll see how that plays out tomorrow. That being said, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.